represents a different network or a different community of individuals. Because you can, with cryptocurrencies, easily create a very secure, uncounterfeitable currency, you can start looking into creating value to networks that doesn't necessarily is represented by, say, Rand or Bitcoin or so forth. So Funk, the cryptocurrency, represents this collective of musicians that come together from across the world to make music freely and permissionless.
Mm-hmm. Just sticking with that point, having said that, so cryptocurrency, the Funk now, is related to this community. Is it fair to say that that community alone, does it make it sustainable or having the potential for growth or survival? How do you mitigate against that? Can it grow?
Look, absolutely. As is the case with any kind of network or community, at some stage it might disappear and die out. So, and in that stage, you classify this was an awesome experiment. And currently, we're just branching out to more and more musicians to try to get people on board to get this idea into escape velocity.
What was it like just developing this in South Africa and just looking at how Bitcoin started?
It's very, very exciting. Because the code for Bitcoin is completely open source and transparent, anyone in the world can go look at the code and modify to their needs and then create their own virtual currency. Of course, you need some technical skills, but it's been very exciting to see the various interesting experiments being created with these new virtual currencies.
Mm-hmm. We've seen the controversies around virtual currencies, the fact that it is not a legal tender, also the use of these currencies in the underworld. You would hope that your cryptocurrency sort of is not set back by some of these concerns, but surely you should be worried.
Oh, look, definitely. But I mean, at the end of the day, the technology behind it is neutral, right? Just like the current Rand or a dollar, there's no predetermined intent for it to be used for any illegal means and so forth. So it's like the internet. It allows for great new innovations and new things to try, but it also allows for people, for nefarious purposes to use it.
So we've seen the Canadian-based Bitcoin exchange saying this week that they have been defrauded of more than $100,000 worth of cyber currency. That's alarming, isn't it?
Definitely, but it's a very nascent technology, and the current infrastructure and tools have been built by people just experimenting and trying new things. And as going forward, you'll start seeing newer and newer companies making it safer and easier to use for more mainstream users. An example is a new wallet provider for virtual currencies called Zappo in America that allows people to store their currency there, Bitcoin, and have it insured. So that gives people the clarity of mind to be able to keep their Bitcoin safe somewhere.
All right, in hindsight, I should have asked you this first, but I'm going to leave it as my final question. Just an ordinary person out there, if they want to get hold of this currency, what's involved in that process? I mean, I heard of something called mining. Exactly what is that?
Currently, there's two ways to do it. One way is called mining, and it's a bit of a misnomer. I don't think it properly explains the process, but essentially, because these newer types of virtual currencies are essentially a shared ledger that's being passed around the internet, the group of computers that help to secure it, they get rewarded with the new issuance of these currencies. And then secondly, you can, with like any exchange currently, if you want dollars and so forth, you go to one of these exchanges where people on a free market exchange these various virtual currencies for normal fiat currencies, but also for other cryptocurrencies.
All right, we're going to have to leave you there. Simon de la Riviere, behind the Funk cryptocurrency. Thanks very much indeed for talking to us.
Perfect, thank you.
Now, international business news coming up after.